To feel fear and anxiety and worry my entire life, it was like bondage. I was in captivity. I had nowhere to go. You know, I had nowhere to go. I had no family to turn to, and we didn't have the financial means to survive. Me and my children decided to go to a motel. Terrible things were happening, and a lot of drugs were being put in and out of the hotel. Some of my worst fears were coming alive. I had constant worry, I had constant anxiety, and I really didn't even know what to do, but I knew I had to do something. It was overwhelming. I was losing hope. So I decided to call the local Safe Families, and that's where Christ Place introduced me to Brian and Shelley Hall.
We got a phone call and said, we have a family in need now, emergency situation. And it was extremely nerve-wracking to come in with a family that was in need that we didn't know anything about.
She comes walking in, and the girls, they just warmed up to us right away. And we prayed together, and we just reassured her. We're like, everything's gonna be okay.
My children stayed with Brian and Shelley Hall for about 5 weeks while I stayed at the hotel to keep them safe.
Right from the very beginning, she was in a real vulnerable situation. I mean, just to even ask for help, to say, I love my girls so much that I want them to be in a safe place.
It was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make in my life. At first I felt hopeless, and they gave me light back, they gave me hope back, they put some love in my life, and I knew that everything was going to be okay now. Shelley was really good at keeping contact with me at the hotel. I remember one time when she had told me she was going to come visit me at the hotel after I got done working, and she had just went shopping and bought my kids new school dresses, and that kind of made a light at the end of the tunnel.
There was a lot of humbling moments right in the very beginning.
We had a lot of support from Christ Place during the whole time that the girls were here.
Safe Families is more than is not a state thing. It's a church-backed process, and bringing the whole church body together.
It was a good experience, I think, for our family to know what it's like to love unconditionally. It was good for our kids to see. We had a lot of fun times. Yeah.
Shelley knew that I needed a little bit more God in my life, so she invited me to Christ Place, and she would pick me up at the hotel.
The second weekend we were at Christ Place, she raised her hand for the salvation call.
And I knew that God could give that to me through Jesus.
Her heart was just wide open to receiving the message, and she wanted to be the best mom that she could be.
I am thankful for the Safe Families, the scenario that it brings. It's uniting the parents with the families that are helping, and with that it has brought just a huge life change. 90% of the change was in Candace alone. The girls were still just the girls.
She was working on herself. She was going to work. She was saving her money. She was doing all the things that she needed to do to get back up on her feet as fast as she could so that her girls could come back home to her, because that's ultimately what she wanted, was the best for them. We provide temporary care for her girls while she fixed her temporary situation.
And also giving her love and support
through
that process, encouragement, and just knowing it's okay. God loves you and it'll be okay.
Brian and Shelley kind of saved my life. I've never been encouraged or never had people in my life that really loved and cared or believed in me, and just that little bit of care and that love and having somebody else believe in me could go a long way, and that's why I'm on a different journey right now.
I think God knew from the very beginning that our families were supposed to be together. We just had the girls for 5 weeks, but our relationship's been ongoing for 7 months, and we're so proud of her.
Very proud.
Of everything that she's done.
I'm becoming a completely different woman because of Brian and Shelley Hall and God and Jesus being in my life.
I'm so thankful that she can be the mom that she wants to be.